Hello everyone. Forgive me, this is my first video and I'm using FaceRig because it's less awkward than pure audio on YouTube. Before you ask why this avatar, well, a female is more pleasing on the eyes and it's better than going furry. With all that said, I'm making this video about Lewd Trish and Jim the Ape because of his continued support of the already exposed Catfish Trish. If you hadn't heard, Lewd Trish was pretty much another Alice in Prime scam situation with someone using pictures of a girl to get their way with desperately thirsty followers. Trish preyed upon the Twitter lewd community and the Twitter gaming community and their overlap, and the skeptic community as well. Trish even preyed upon many of the much-feared gamergaters, with the exception of Hope McKenna. Ultimately, Trish's scam netted thousands of dollars, with no exaggeration there. Trish pretended to be a horny gamer with plans to be a future cam girl, yet she could never Skype or go on cam with anyone and recycled the same handful of pics for 2 years. Trish was given a modern Alienware laptop by one of her thirsty fans that supposedly had no camera on it. Like a horny guy would gift an expensive computer to a girl without a camera on it. That would defeat the purpose of the thirsty guy buying her a laptop. Have you ever even seen a modern laptop without a webcam? I certainly haven't. To make matters worse, there is no audio of Trish either. Trish's tragic backstory ends with her being conveniently made mute or unable to speak due to a boyfriend cutting her when she didn't put out. Jumping back to Trish's scams though, Trish originally began small with e-begging for Steam games. Despite Trish's claims that she was not a beggar, Trish's Twitter timeline was constantly filled with begging for games, and it worked. Trish received over 500 plus games from thirsty followers who were then so wrapped around Trish that they believed no matter what, because otherwise they had wasted their money and stroked it over a phantom that wasn't even real. Hundreds of games and untold Steam credit later, Trish realized that its followers were dumb and thirsty enough for Trish to expand into begging for real money. All Trish needed for that was a sob story to get them to further open their wallets. So Trish supposedly became homeless for a year. This is where everyone's least favorite ape YouTuber comes in. Jim the Ape helped Trish sucker guys out of their cash. Part of Trish's scam was that people vouched for her, that being Jim and a few of her most desperate suckers. Jim still supposedly has evidence that he can't show us, even though the scam was already brought to a public end thanks to some articles I'll link in the description later.
In addition to the evidence she's posted on her Twitter, I have seen evidence that suggests she's legit, if not outright proves it. Unfortunately, I can't present this evidence directly, as it includes sensitive information.
Anyways, Trish could remain vague thanks to Jim the Ape, and Jim said she was the real deal. Trish could barely ever be counted on to go into detail about her situation. Trish usually just referred to Jim's video on the subject, so Trish wouldn't have to go into any fine details. That way people would have less to pick apart. The explanation from Jim's videos was beyond idiotic. They supposedly moved before finalizing the sale on their home. That's just plain stupid. Now they were desperate for money and lived in a hotel which cost more than many apartments. Yet with the scam over and the public money-grabbing accounts all gone, somehow they're still getting by. Makes you think, huh? Also makes you wonder how Trish said she was able to give back the money that they supposedly used for survival. How is that possible unless it was being hoarded? Jim the Ape shilled for Trish harder than just about anyone with the exception of the Patreon artist and Twitter user Panty Kitty. Even Trish's supposed boyfriend Isaiah didn't plug or fight for Trish as hard as Jim did. To Panty Kitty and the old boyfriend Isaiah's credit though, they at least stopped supporting Trish after the scam was publicly exposed. Jim may be the new boyfriend, or perhaps he's a side game boyfriend or male thought. I've heard that if you check their Pornhub accounts, Jim and Trish might be an item. I don't know if that's true for sure, but I believe it. I don't use that service, so I don't know, it's just what I've heard. And I remember Jim referring to Trish as his personal business, and as hard as he shelled for her, it's definitely believable. Getting back to the reason this video was made to exist, Jim has commented here on YouTube that he would denounce Trish if Trish was exposed as a fake. He's had plenty of time to do this, and yet he has not. No surprise he's making other videos instead. Until he denounces Trish, let Jim the Ape's reputation forever be tied to a catfish that he wants the D from. While it sounds like I'm making fun of him, Jim loves a good trap, so he's still down for whatever Trish has to offer under the hood. That's all I have to say for now. I just wanted another voice out there. I hope those of you who hate catfish scammers and hypocrites will make your own videos and put more voices out there. Thanks for watching.